Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are feeling festive, we are feeling Christmas, holiday season, feeling it. I definitely just put on this like metallic red lipstick, have a cute top on, and today's video is going to be showing you guys my updated, final, decluttered, and organized makeup section. So if you've been keeping up with the series, I pretty much went through every single section of my makeup collection and organized and decluttered. So I took out a bunch of stuff that I've given to family or friends, just found a new home for it because I just couldn't. I just couldn't. So today, we're just gonna go through each and every drawer, sort of like how I organize things together. The last thing that I recorded was the lipstick jar. So honestly, after that, I was just like, I just want to get this over with. So I did my foundations, primers, brushes, like I did all of that and I didn't record it. So I'll definitely show you guys how I organized it. And yeah, if you want to see my final organized makeup collection, well then just keep on watching. Oh, and just in case you guys want to know, this top, which is super cute, it's like a one shoulder long sleeve on one, no sleeve on the other, and this cute little like split is from H&M. I don't know if they still have it in black, but I did see that they have it in purple. So very cute, very festive. Definitely gonna pair this to make a cute type of outfit. And then this lippy that I'm wearing is from a Smashbox collection. I don't know, let me see if you can see. Smashbox. And this color is called Crimson Chrome. I don't know if they still have it, but that is the color. But if not, you can always just use a metallic red. I think it pairs so well with kind of like an all black outfit or all white or all cream. So anyways, that's besides the point. Let's get rolling. Okay, so first order of business, this is where the majority of my makeup lives. Like literally almost all of it. And then I have my vanity desk, which I'll show you guys next. So first thing I started with is just putting my setting sprays here. I have my Urban Decay, my Tatcha, which are my go-to. I absolutely love this for lasting, like holding your makeup in place and long lasting. And I love my Tatcha for just bringing some dewiness into the skin. And I have a few others. So I just used this container that I had before and just kind of stack them up and put them here on the side. So that way they're not laying down here or taking up much space. So then we go into the first drawer, which is going to be all of my brushes. So I decluttered my brushes. Believe it or not, I had literally almost double the amount of what I have in here right now. So I really did. I'm just fixing them because every time I open the jar, they always like slide up and down. So yeah, I organized all of them pretty much by size. So I put all of like the smaller brushes in this area so that I know when I want to go in and do eyeshadow or things like that, I know where to find my brushes. Then we sort of transition into medium-sized brushes over here, which are practically like face brushes for like blush and highlight, bronzer, and all that jazz. I have all of them facing forward just so I can see them, and that way I know like, you know, what I have. And then over here we have the bigger sort of like powder brushes, and also sort of to just like blend. Like I love these big brushes for like after I've put on my powders to sort of just like blend them together, sort of like what you would use your sponge to make sure that everything is all blended together. So that's pretty much where I keep all my brushes, and I love that I can just see like pretty much each and every one of them. I still have a lot of brushes, but it's a lot more condensed than what I had before, which makes cleaning the brushes so much easier. I also then have all my beauty sponges that I kind of just put in this container right here, and some of them don't fit, so I just keep them out here. I have some powders back here that are sort of like backup powders, because the powders that I use like on a daily or I really like are in the other jar, just so I can easily find them. I have some of my tools like my sharpeners. I have this e.l.f. sharpener, which I really like. I have a NARS sharpener. I also have like my curling, my eyelash curler. I have two of those here. I have some of my tweezers and stuff like that. I have a backup tweezer and a backup eyelash curler. I also have this mat that I have from Sigma. to be able to clean my brushes. So I have that right there for easy access. I have this cleanser, which is awesome for when I'm like doing my eyeshadow or any type of brush and I just need like a quick cleanse because I want to go into another color with the same brush. I kind of just use this and like it takes most of the color off. So I really like this. I need to get another one of these. I think I found this in like Marshall's for $3, so that's awesome. I found a place to be able to put these massive palettes that I have. So I have this Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I also have the Dare to Create palette. So they are just kind of like laying out flat right here. I know where they are. I can see them every time I open this jar. So yeah, that is pretty much the tools drawer. Moving on next to the one right below, we have primers, concealers, and foundations. So I pretty much kind of like separated it, and I'm just fixing them again because literally every time I open them they slide all around, but they're pretty much all separated. I have all of the concealers here. Let me just move this a little down so you can see a little better. Perfect. I have all of my concealers here, and some of my favorites are definitely the L'Oreal Infallible. I absolutely love this. Such a good drugstore concealer find. Love that. I have my Hourglass, which is also another great concealer. Literally, I've been using this every single day. I have some of my e.l.f. I have Tarte. I have Maybelline. I have Too Faced. I have all of the concealers that I sort of love to use, and I figure that like literally concealer is the product that I use the most of because there's some days that I won't use foundation, but I'll definitely always just put some concealer in the under eye area just to sort of brighten. So I did keep a good amount of options for that. There's some of these too that I just want to use up. Like I know I won't repurchase, but I have them, so like might as well use them. But yeah, that's concealers. I condensed my primers so much, literally just to like what fits in here. That's all that I have, and then with the exception of like the e.l.f. Poreless Putty primer and also this Tatcha Dewy Cream, which I love to use as a primer. I don't really use primer that much, which is why I was like, why do I have so many? So I kind of just kept like some staples and also just some that are different, so that if I want to try something I can, you know, use. I love the Farsali Skin 2 Blur one. Absolutely love this. I need to get the big bottle once I'm done with pretty much everything else. I have this e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, which I really do like. I have the Smashbox Primer Water, which is really good. This NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Matte Primer, and this is like mattifying, so that's good just for when I want, you know, a mattifying option. And I also have this Tarte Clean Slate Smoothing Primer, which is really good too, which I really like. And this e.l.f. Hydrating, which I haven't really used yet, but it's a hydrating balm. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for primers. I keep that in here. I have this little tool also that I just put like my foundation on to sort of like mix and just not put on my hand so that I'm not getting messy. And then here we have the beloved foundation section, and believe it or not, I actually got rid of quite a few. I still have some here, but a lot of them is just like I spent so much money on them that I'm just like, no, I need to use you. I won't repurchase because like I said, I don't really use foundation that much, and when I do, I have like specific ones that I like to go for. For example, I've been using my Milk makeup foundation stick, and oh my god, I used to love this so much, and I started using it again this week, and I am obsessed. The color is perfect for me right now. It gives such good coverage. It doesn't look cakey. I absolutely love this right now, and I'm such a big fan of stick foundations. I also have the Hourglass stick foundation, which I haven't used in a while because the color doesn't match me right now, but I was obsessed with this when I was using it, so I definitely want to get this in my shade. I also have this Maybelline Super Stay stick foundation, which I really like too. I have another one from Milani, which is really good. So I did keep quite a few, but it's pretty much just because they're all like different colors also, which is so weird because literally our skin colors are always changing, and you really don't even have one, like your face is not even one solid color, which is the tricky part when it comes to foundation, period, because it'll match your chin and not match your cheeks. It'll match your cheeks and not match your forehead. Like, I just don't understand. So I've just been like testing out different types of formulas, seeing how they last and things like that. I have my NARS Radiant, what is this one? What is it called? This one is a famous one. I think, oh, the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, which I haven't used in a while, but I do remember absolutely loving this. So I have that one, and also Ulta came out with them in like travel size. So I have the little one. I'm in this shade Stromboli. Oh my goodness, this one holds such a special memory. I was like, I can't get rid of this because this is the foundation that I used for my wedding day, and it literally lasted the entire time. I think this color is a little dark for my color right now, but it's such a good formula. Absolutely love that. I also have a few different shades in the LA Girl Pro Color Foundation, and I have these, which are sort of like mixing pigments, which is amazing because it can help sort of like mix and perfect the foundation that I have right now to the color that I need. So if it's too red, I can put some yellow. If it's too dark, I can put some white. And I also have these darkening drops from NYX. So I sort of have these that I can play around with, shades to sort of just get my perfect color for, you know, whatever part of my face I'm working with. And so yeah, I have just a few of those. Absolutely obsessed with this YSL All-in-One Glow. I think this is a foundation, is it? Yeah, it doesn't say if it's a foundation or if it's like supposed to be sort of like a CC cream or something like that. It kind of works like a mix of both because it has some coverage, but not like, you know, a lot of coverage. I have a few shades in this Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. So good, such good coverage. Absolutely love it. Oh my goodness, another favorite of mine is definitely the e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation. This is so good, and the fact that it's literally less than like $8, I think it's like $6 or something, is insane. My two, like, well, three, because now I've been using my Milk Makeup foundation, but my top three foundations so far are definitely this e.l.f. one. Absolutely love it. This ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation, oh my god. Before using the Milk, literally this is all I would use. I'm obsessed with this. The coverage is perfect. It doesn't look like you're wearing a full face of makeup. Like, it just looks pretty and fresh. Like, literally they got the name spot on. Absolutely love it. So those two are my favorite, and definitely this Milk. So yeah, that is the foundation and concealer and primer section. Moving on. Next, we have the beloved lipstick jar, which, as you have probably seen in the declutter video, I pretty much organized this by brand over here. So we have like ColourPop lippy sticks on this end, we have nude sticks over here, and then we have some like lip oils and treatments, sort of like scrubs and things like that. All of these are lip liners so that I can easily just find them and know where they are. Lip glosses over on this end. We have color sort of over here, and then the rest is pretty much just neutrals. If you want to see more of this jar, definitely check out the lipstick declutter video and organization so you can get more in depth on this. Right under that, we have highlight and blushes. So originally this was kind of just all together, like bronzer, blushes, and highlight was all together, and this jar was just chaos. Like, I couldn't see anything, and I think that's like the main thing that I wanted to just do, kind of have everything laying flat so that I can see everything and also use everything. So it'd be like I would just open the jar and it's like the first thing I see on top, that's what I would use, but then I would continuously keep using just that product because that's all I keep seeing. So I ended up really decluttering this whole entire, like, you know, section, and I decided to keep the smaller pieces up here, and then in the bottom drawer we put like the palettes and stuff like that. So here we have the highlights sort of on this side, and then here we have some of the blushes. I'll show you guys quickly just some of my favorites of both, just in case you're looking for some, you know, options. Like I said in the blush video, these have been amazing. They are the e.l.f. Duo Highlight and Blush Sets, and I have them in the color Spiced Apple and Lychee. Oh my goodness, so good. I'm obsessed with these colors. They look so good. Obsessed. Definitely obsessed also with the Burt's Bee blushes. I have this one in Bare Peach, and I think I also have another one in Toasted Cinnamon, which is such a good color. Here it is. This one is really good too. It's in like a more like brownie type of color. I also have, what are other blushes that I'm obsessed with? I love the Anastasia. I literally showed these in the other video. So if you want to see more of like each item that I kept and like looking a little more into them, definitely check that video out. And then I have some of my highlights. I have my Wet n Wild highlighting powder. We have Stila with like the little cushiony highlight, which is so good. We have some face palettes over here. My Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. We have loose powder. We have some of these like, ooh, we have some of these drops. So I kind of just kept what I know I like and sort of like one of each sort of category. So I have like, I didn't need 10 drops. I just needed one. I didn't need, you know, 20 liquid highlights. I just need one or two. So I kind of kept the ones that I know I like and use. And yeah, I'm obsessed with the Milk makeup. Honestly, is like so good. And I feel like I don't really hear that much about the brand, but the products that I've used so far from them are so good. I have the Hydro Primer, which I'm obsessed with. This highlighter is so good. Like I just said, obsessed with their foundation. I really do want to try more of their products because I am really impressed with it and I really just love how it looks. And yeah, a pretty big fan. So that is this jar. Right underneath, like I had mentioned, we have the face palettes. So here are sort of like the bigger palettes, which I also spaced out so that I can easily find them. So we have mostly bronzer and like contour here, but you know, we'll have like one or two face palettes like this one that's just fully blushes from Tarte, just because, you know, I can see it better here than up here. There's like a lot of smaller things. I don't want it to get lost. We have this Profusion contour palette, which I'm excited to use. I have some Tarte face palettes. I have some Hourglass face palettes in here. So this jar is like designated for face palettes. Like I know if I'm traveling, I can go directly to this one and pick a palette that is gonna have my bronzer, highlighter, and also blush all in one. So yeah, that's that. And then I also kind of have like the smaller bronzing items here. I have my Too Faced bronzer. I have this bronzing balm that I bought from Soul Body, which is like the sister company to ColourPop. We have Anastasia contour kits, Sigma, NARS, so Fenty, Essence. So this is pretty much like the bronzer and contour drawer, and also just face palettes. And then last but not least in this one is probably one of my most favorite jars, and that is the eye toppers. So this is pretty much everything glitter, shimmers, liquid glitters, like not face palettes, eyeshadow palettes that are foiled or have colors that are perfect for the inner corner or have glitter and things like that. This is the home for eye toppers, and I love it because I pretty much like to use matte eyeshadow palettes, and then this is what I like to use over the eye for like that really pretty shimmery foil or glitter effect. So I have my ColourPop Super Shocks, I have some of my Tarte chrome paints, I have some of my Natasha chrome paints, I have some of my Urban Decay dual eyeshadows, we have Marc Jacobs, Fenty, we have Hourglass. Like there's just a ton of stuff here where I can easily just get creative, play with different textures and things of that nature. Here are so many of like the Stila liquid glitters, sort of like dupes or other brands that sort of came out with similar products to that. So this is a very, very exciting jar. So now we're gonna move on to the vanity where everything else lives, and then we'll be done. Okay, so this is where I pretty much do my makeup every single day. Hi. I like to just come here, I'll take my mirror and I put it right here, and this is pretty much my vanity space. Over here is where we have the jars that I just showed you. So now we're gonna look into each of these so that you can see what's inside. So in here, as I showed in my eyeshadow declutter video, are all my eyeshadows, and I'm so happy with how nicely and like how nice and organized they are. I have all the palettes in here. There's no palettes anywhere else, just like I wanted it, so that I can easily know what I have, what I'm looking for. And I kind of categorize them by brand. So here is pretty much all my ColourPops, which I have the most of because I just love their way of putting colors together. Their packaging is cute, and also just the quality of the eyeshadow is not bad, and they're really affordable. Love that. I have a ton of like these smaller Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes here. I have the small eyeshadow quads from e.l.f. I have my small Huda Beauty palettes here. I have the bigger ones. I have some more e.l.f. We have some Pat McGrath. We have some Sigma. I have all of my Anastasia, my Soft Glam. We have Modern Renaissance. We have the Nervina. We have even Subculture. I also have some Nabla palettes, which I really, really love their formula. We have some Natasha Denona. We have Milani, Urban Decay, Too Faced. Like, all my eyeshadow palettes are here, and I absolutely love how organized they look and the fact that I can literally see every single palette. So I can just look in here and say, all right, I haven't used my Mulan palette from ColourPop yet. Let me just stick this one out. I see it. Let me look at the eyeshadows and see what look do I want to create with this. Or if I already have a look in mind, I can say, okay, I know that the Natasha Denona gold palette has those colors that I'm looking for. I'm looking for something neutral, or I kind of want to do a blue look. Let me pull out my let me pull out my ColourPop Blue Moon palette, and there we go, we have purple. So I just love that like everything is so organized and that I can see every single thing. We also have Miss Kylie's. I have 2 of her palettes, which I know are also neutrals. A lot of these are neutral palettes, which is really what I'm just leaning a lot more towards. Like I said, I love to combine my eyeshadow palettes with that eye topper drawer, just because it adds that glitter and like that foil look that I'm looking for. So yeah, this is the beloved eyeshadow palette collection, home, whatever you want to call it. This is where they live. So now we're gonna move on over to the 2 jars over here on the side. I have this like really cute, these 3 books here that I just like to keep to sort of keep my vanity looking really cute. Let me just move my phone over. So in this first one, let me see, let me bring it a little lower so you can see better. In this first one, I have all my eyebrow stuff in here. So I pretty much like went in here, except for the Carmex obviously, but I went in here and I kind of just put all my brow stuff. So I have like the brow pomades kind of stacked up over here. I have my Anastasia brow gels, which I'm obsessed with. I've been using this again now, this Brow Contour Pro by Benefit. And I really like it specifically just for the fact that it has this highlight color, which is awesome for cleaning up the brows. I also have this Patrick Ta pomade, or like, what is this? Oh, a wax. It's a brow wax to be able to sort of like set them in place. I've been enjoying that also. I have my scissors and a few tweezers and things like that just for when I want to clean up my brows. I have that there. Underneath, I have sort of like eyeliners, but specifically like black and brown eyeliners. So like for my my eyes, and then I have a separate one for like colorful liner. So this one is pretty much just like black, brown, or like the nude for when I want to put it in my waterline to sort of just open up the eye. That's pretty much all that lives here. I have to kind of go through this on a whole separate day. I just did not have the energy for that, to go through this and see like which ones I'm not going to use or which ones need to be taken out. That's kind of just going to be on a trial and error basis. I have been enjoying this Rare Beauty. This is my newest liner that has been added to this family, but I've been really loving it. It is really, really, really black, which is amazing because there's nothing worse than buying a black eyeliner and not getting black eyeliner. So yeah, that's pretty much this. I also have this brows makeup case by Profusion, which has powders, and I love that. Let me just see if you guys can see it a little better. I love that just to add like depth to the brows, and also just to like not always have the same one color across. That works really well. And then I just have some lashes here and some backups to like mascaras and things like that I don't really use but are there. So this is what lives in this one. Then let me just put this here because I'm always looking for Carmex or Ballistics and I never find them. So I have that there. This last drawer we have mascaras. So I have mascaras, I have my powders, and then the colorful liners that I was telling you guys about. So in here I did take out a lot of mascaras and I still have some mascaras that are on the verge of like almost being completed, and I'm pretty much just, this is where I keep all the mascaras that I've really been enjoying. I've been loving Essence mascara lately. I've been using this Lash Princess False Lash Effect a lot, and also What the Fake volumizing and lengthening mascara. Obsessed with that. And also my e.l.f. smudge proof mascara, which is amazing because the cleaning process with that is just so good. And I have a few others that I've been using, like the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal and a few others. So this is pretty much where my mascaras live. Then right underneath, as you can see there, we have like our bright and colorful liners where I can put them on the waterline, or even just, you know, to line the eye for a fun pop of color, but not necessarily going fully with eyeshadow. So that's what lives here. I have my powders here, sort of like my go-to powders that I love all the time. We have this Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Powder Foundation, which I use to sometimes set my under eyes. We have some Milani translucent powders, which I really like. I have my Maybelline Fit Me powder, which I'm obsessed with. Oh my god, this is so good. I have this Fenty Beauty Lavender powder, which is amazing. I also have the Hourglass Veil, some of my Charlotte Tilbury powders, which are so good. They leave the skin looking so nice. The only downside to this is that there's not like, I think there's only like 3 color options, which kind of sucks because it's not really, like, it doesn't really suit a lot of skin tones. There's literally only 3. So I have 1 and 2 to sort of mix, because one alone is too bright for my under eyes, and then 2 is too dark. So I kind of just mix them together, but I love that formula. I also have the NYX High Glass for sort of like a nice wet look, but also powdering the face, if that makes any sense. I have the Sephora one. I have an Essence brightening. And yeah, so that's pretty much what's here on the vanity. So that concludes my makeup collection. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means so much. If you've watched the entire declutter and organization series, thank you so much. I would love to hear what you guys would like to see next. I have tons of makeup, so I definitely am planning to use that. Feel free to request for videos like using specific items that you saw that I have. If you have it and you're kind of like, I don't know how to use this, let me know in the comments down below. Please feel free to like this video, subscribe, share with your friends, and look out for way more content coming your way with makeup and fashion and lifestyle and all that good jazz. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.